Okay, so when you think about a big home project, you're probably picturing the finished product, right? The gorgeous new kitchen, the perfect backyard. But what about the mountain of mess it takes to get there? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the unsung hero of any renovation, the secret weapon for conquering all that project chaos, the driveway dumpster. So, you're finally getting ready to tackle it. That big renovation, the massive garage cleanout, the landscaping overhaul you've been dreaming of for years. It's super exciting. But with every big project comes a really big question. What on earth are you going to do with all the junk?
Because let's be real, the reality can get out of hand fast. All of a sudden, you're swimming in old drywall, busted up concrete, or just piles and piles of yard trimmings. And that means endless, back-breaking trips to the local dump, your car is getting absolutely filthy, and your work site, well, it's not just messy, it's genuinely unsafe.
But what if I told you there's a way to bypass all that frustration? I mean, completely. That's where this simple yet kind of brilliant solution comes into play. It's time to talk about the driveway dumpster.
Let's just break down the real difference here for a second. With DIY disposal, you're looking at multiple trips. You're burning gas, you're paying fees every single time you go to the dump. And don't even get me started on the heavy lifting. Now look at the driveway dumpster. It's one delivery, one pickup. You just toss the debris right in, right there, on site. All for a single flat fee. The convenience factor alone is a total game changer.
Of course, the second I say driveway dumpster, a huge red flag probably pops into your head. Wait a minute, what about my driveway? It is, without a doubt, the #1 concern people have, and for good reason. So let's tackle that head on.
And yeah, it's a totally valid concern. A full dumpster can weigh up to 8,000 pounds. To put that in perspective, that's like parking 2 cars on top of each other right on your driveway. So without the right prep work, that absolutely poses a risk. This is exactly why a little bit of preparation is so important.
So, how do you protect it? Well, it actually boils down to 4 really simple steps. First, just take a look at your driveway for any existing cracks. You want to know what you're starting with. Second, completely clear the area where it's going to be dropped off. Third, and this is the big one, the most critical part, use plywood boards. And finally, as you're filling it up, try to distribute the weight as evenly as you can to avoid any major pressure points.
Seriously, if you remember one thing from this, let it be this. Use plywood boards. Placing them under the dumpster steel wheels is the single most effective thing you can do to protect your driveway. It just spreads all that immense pressure out over a wider area, which dramatically cuts down the risk of any cracks or damage. It's such a simple fix, but it makes all the difference in the world.
But here's the thing. The benefits don't just stop at convenience. A driveway dumpster is so much more than just a big box for trash. It actually transforms your work site for the better, making it way safer and a whole lot more efficient.
I mean, think about a normal project site. You've got piles of scrap wood, random bits of metal, all this junk creating constant tripping hazards everywhere. By keeping all that debris in one designated spot, you immediately make the whole area safer. Your crew isn't wasting time and energy on cleanup, they can actually focus on the real project. Plus, these things are built to handle pretty much everything, from old furniture to heavy concrete. Okay, so beyond the personal perks of convenience and safety, there's a much bigger picture here. And this might be something you haven't thought about. Choosing a driveway dumpster is actually a smarter, greener choice. It has a real, positive impact on the environment.
And to really get why this matters, you have to understand the sheer scale of the waste problem. Every single year, we generate hundreds of millions of tons of trash. It's a staggering amount, and figuring out how to manage that responsibly is one of our biggest environmental challenges, for sure. This is where professional dumpster services make a huge difference. See, they don't just take everything and dump it into a landfill. The material gets sorted. Things like metal, wood, concrete, and plastic are sent off to specialized facilities to be recycled or repurposed. You're also cutting down on carbon emissions by getting rid of all those separate trips to the dump. And you're preventing harmful air pollution that can come from people improperly burning their waste. It's a pretty powerful way to contribute to sustainability.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, a driveway dumpster is way more than just a convenience. It's a tool that makes your project fundamentally better on 3 key levels. It's easier on you, it's safer for everyone working on it, and it's greener for the planet. It's the smarter way to handle a successful project.
So that leaves us with one last thought. As you start planning your next big thing, your next project, it's worth asking yourself, are you ready to work smarter, not harder? Are you ready for a solution that saves you time, makes your work site safer, and helps the environment, all at the same time?